Well, hey y'all, this morning I'm getting ready to get everything going for what we call tacos al vapor. Pretty much, if you translate the name into English, it would be steamed roast tacos. These are probably some of my favorites, and so here we go. Here in a bowl right next to where you can't see in the video, I have two roasts, which these are good. I want you to notice it's got a lot of that, the lots of fat and everything like that, but you want it all throughout there. You really do. Because the more fat that you've got running through there is the more juicy it's going to be, moist, and it actually gives a lot better flavor. And so then you're going to take this and just cut it up into big, huge chunks. You do not want small chunks because the smaller the chunks are, is the quicker that it will dry out. All right. So I'm going to take this. I'll cut this in half. Not even quite sure if I'm going to cut that one in half because you see the size difference. It's not all that super different in size there. I will cut this one in half, but only because of the fact that it looks like it's still a pretty good size. Then here's the next one. It's got still that good bit of fat. All of a sudden, I can't remember the name for it. I am major brain farting, cannot remember. But I've got that through there. I think it's called like ribbing or something. All of a sudden, like I said, I cannot remember to save my neck. So you look at how much meat is on there, and since there is so much fat on there, I'm going to leave that part just like that. This one, just like the other one, I'm going to cut in half. And also this one right here, I'm going to cut this one in half because it's still going to be decent sized chunks. Next step is going to be super easy as well. Going to grab some aluminum foil. I'm thinking it might be good enough like this. We're going to take probably about half of this meat, situate it just so. I think that looks good like that. We're going to take some of this onion that I've already cut up into humongous chunks. We're just going to, oops, I almost forgot. Douse it with a decent bit of salt. Then we're going to take these huge chunks of cebolla, which is onion, of course. Take it and kind of just go in between everything. If it starts to do like that, it doesn't matter because you'll be able to take it and put it back together shortly. It's not a big deal. My sister-in-law that taught me how to do this, she said that it just takes out any of that possible gamey or bloody type flavor, which, granted, like I've said in some other videos before, it may be because of the way that livestock is raised in Mexico that it may be needed more down there, but this is what it is. So I'm going to take that and just fold that up. I'm going to take it from the sides though, so that you have a lot less likelihood that anything is going to fall out. Okay. I'm going to take that one and leave it off to the side. We're going to do one just like it. And here I've got it on the stove, and it will be here especially once it starts to boil. And of course you'll be able to see the steam coming out of the pot, out of this little hole right here. Or if you've got your pots and you don't have a valve that it will come out of, you'll see it coming out of the sides of the rim, of course. Once you start seeing that, you can turn the heat down from high to about medium and then let it keep cooking. You will want to check the water, especially depending on how much water that you have in the pot, because I can guarantee you do not want it to run out. Otherwise, I'll be back in about 3 to 4 hours. One of the next steps, while we're waiting for, I'm sure you may be able to hear that boiling behind me over there on the stove. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that to get done, we can always get busy on everything else. So I know that in other taco videos, at least the one For ground beef, I showed y'all the same thing. I'm going to just show y'all with one radish. In general, Mexicans that I know of, they always use with actual tacos like this, they're going to have radishes and cucumbers that they will put lime juice and salt on top of. And that just is kind of like a garnish to go alongside, not inside the taco. I'm going to get these diced up and I'll be back. Now I've got this cucumber, which we're doing the same deal. Slicing it up just the same as the other one. I will likely take probably about a half of this and take off the peel so that my younger son can have it. He loves cucumber, except that he is not a fan of the peel. So otherwise, just going to get this done and then I'll be right back. Alright, of course we've got the pepino, cucumber. Sometimes I forget what things are in English, but anyways, yes, I've got my cucumber and my radishes. They're completely ready to go. Next, we're going to get the other garnish, which I don't know why this part of this, I don't know if you can see it very well, doesn't look very pretty, so I'll just take that out as I cut. But, of course, just like in the other video for the ground beef tacos, I'm going to dice it up finely, and I'll show y'all just a couple of seconds, and then I'll be back. Here we go with the cilantro. The one thing I was just going to mention is if you don't know much about rinsing cilantro, I highly recommend you check out my other video that has to do with the ground beef tacos. I do rinse it in there because sometimes you'll have some stuff that doesn't look very pretty. As I said in the other one, most Hispanics that I've ever seen, they always take off the stems. Not because it doesn't taste good or anything like that. I've often used them when I'm making salsas, but it just looks prettier to not have the stems if you're going to be using it for tacos themselves. You just want the leaves. So as I was reminded after the other taco video, I'm going to take this and dice it up with my big knife. It just seems to go that much easier. And I will be back once this is done, because it's not rocket science, and if you need any help, I think probably I may have cut a little bit better in my other video. We are finally ready for this to be done. So we do not need that onion that we had put on the meat itself. It's just to take away any of that possible bloody type flavor. But you can see that meat is beautiful. It is beautifully cooked. If you like the fat, absolutely include it in your tacos. I don't care for it, so I'll leave that off for somebody else that might enjoy it. But then you can take that, put it into the taco. Obviously, you can fill your tacos as much or as little as you like. I'm going to take that, put that off to the side for a second. I'm going to take another thing of meat. I'm going to shred that a little bit. Put that in the next one. And then, of course, we have our third. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you need any extra salt, obviously you can take it and put it in there. Sometimes the meat doesn't come out super salty, but you can always add salt. You cannot always take any off. All right, next step. You can probably do this as desired, but as far as in the steps that you desire, so long as everything is on there, we're going to take and we're going to squeeze the lime juice. Take your onion and your cilantro. Oops, I just realized y'all can't see it. I'm sorry. Okay, got cilantro and onion. Obviously to taste. Onion and cilantro for the last one. Then take and get a good dollop of homemade guacamole, which of course that video is also on my channel. And there you are. It is so easy, so quick other than the time to cook. This is a great recipe for especially days that you might be off of work and have a little bit of extra time at home. And then you can impress people. You know, hey, if you're having people over, you can impress them and have homemade, authentic tacos. So absolutely, I hope it's enjoyable. I hope my videos are educational for you. And if you like my videos, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and even hit the bell notification so that you'll know every time that I put up a new video. And otherwise, y'all have a delicious day. I sure am with this thing.